What's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are Chloe Bailey, you are having the worst week ever. Also, your songwriter wants payment. Y'all, what am I talking about? There are reports that Burna Boy and Chloe have fizzled out. Now, I know, right? I know. Dirty December, Nigerian man, according to the Nigerian tattletales, it's just not what you want to do. People are saying that whatever is going on between Burna Boy and Chloe Bailey, it can't be that serious because as soon, and this is according to Tasha K, as soon as she left Dirty December, Burna Boy bossed somebody else in and was walking her through lobbies the same way he was walking Chloe. Now, listen, maybe they still in the talking phase and they got a little more talking to do. But one thing that everybody is walking around and not talking about is the way that is going on with Chloe. This is the weird thing, right? Because everybody says Chloe's nice, Chloe's sweet, Chloe's kind, and we sure we are. But why is Chloe refusing to pay the songwriter responsible for her biggest, most successful, emphasis on most successful, most popular single from the album Same Lingerie? Here's the thing. We don't know how much everybody's arguing over, but the thing is with Chloe, a lot of people come to Chloe's defense being like, oh my God. And get this, to make things even more ridiculous, Chloe was just crying on the internet. And I don't mean to disparage what she did, but maybe 6 months or 8 months ago about the fact that artists don't get paid. So because you're not getting paid, you're not paying your songwriter. Now, a lot of people like to catch on the fact that Tiffany Red, who is a part of the 100 percenters, now we are seeing her organization in action. And what she does was like, you are not Beyonce. And they're trying to make it seem like she was trying to disparage Chloe and say she was no one. But I actually listened to the whole thing and I made a little compilation I'll put at the end. It'll be really quick, but you can get up to speed. And I looked into what she was saying, and that's not what she was saying at all. She was saying that basically Chloe, her lawyer, and her label we're telling the songwriter who is an established, well known songwriter, we don't got to pay you anything. All right. You need to do this for, say it with me, class, exposure. And I think what Tiffany Red was trying to say is if I'm not getting paid and I'm just doing this for exposure, which is what y'all want me to do, right? First of all, he wants to be paid. But if he is doing this just for exposure, who would you do free work and exposure for? Chloe Bailey, who is beautiful and talented, and yes, 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 or Beyonce, that is literally going to be playing on the top 10 for the rest of your life. At the end of the day, you are going to work for free for exposure for the person that can give you the maximum exposure. No offense to Chloe, but at that time, Forrest, who is the songwriter, is super, super talented. He is already working with multiple people. That's how Chloe even got a hold of this thing. So this is what I understand what went through because I'm going to break it down because I want to know. And maybe it's a mistake. Chloe, why aren't you paying this man? How much could he possibly want? But let's not forget that Little Rod actually exposed and literally bought down Diddy's empire, and Little Rod wanted 50,000. Now I don't know how much this man wanted, right? But at the end of the day, it just needs to actually be said. At the end of the day, it needs to be said. Why can't songwriters or even producers be paid? Why is there this exploitative nature of the music industry that seems to hit every level? So anyway, let me bring you guys up to speed on what's going on. There is a songwriter called Forrest, right? He is Grammy nominated. He is in high demand. Okay, now he worked with the producer Bongo or whatever to write tracks for another artist. That fell through. One of the tracks was Same Lingerie, Chloe's breakout hit and one of the most popular songs on her album, right? Breakout and one of the most popular songs on her album. So, what happened after that? Well, Chloe actually knows Forrest. She knows the songwriter. So, it's weird that he's also not getting paid. I believe they followed each other. She knows. She goes into the studio, right? Bongo, the producer, who doesn't write songs at all, plays Chloe some of these tracks. Chloe says, yeah, I like this. They record the song without the songwriter present. This apparently is a big deal because it seems to be the industry standard that that's how they snatch songs, right? He records the song without the songwriter present. Also, the songwriter was present. The songwriter, before it's published, has a right to say, you're not going to use my song, but they need to know the song is actually going to be used. Also, it gives the writer a chance to negotiate the money because it's hard to get rich off of writing unless you get to the upper echelon. But while you're trying to do that, right? There's no money involved. Why is that important? Because it makes it easy for people to be exploited at every level. But it also makes it easy that when people are being exploited, they're more likely to take BS, to look the other way, to let things go because everybody is just trying to pay their bills, right? So he was like, all right, like, he knew that Chloe was getting back to the producer Forrest. He knew that Chloe was like going to be and get all this stuff. And he knew that he was going to use her songs. So he was like, all right, well, what songs did she use? And he kept asking Bongo, the producer, what songs, what songs? Bongo and everybody was like, we don't know, we don't know. The whole time they knew exactly what three songs they were using. I believe it looks like they did that so that he couldn't negotiate his fee prior to it being published, right? So Chloe records the songs, all those things, right? Chloe knows him. She never said, yo, your song was fire. Yo, we recorded. She went real quiet. Now, maybe that's an oversight, but it's actually really, really weird, right? Um, there's all this back and forth. Nobody is doing it. The album drops. He sees his songs are there. Do you know that nobody wants to pay him? The Chloe and her lawyers are like, yo, you go get it from the producer. The producer is like, you go get it from the artist. Chloe's label. Again, does Beyonce know about this? She just donated 2.5 million to the fires. Why can't they actually just pay the producer? I'm sorry, the songwriter, which makes me think, and this is just my whole thing, that this is the way they do business. And by they, I mean the record label. I mean the way artists do. I mean the way that songwriters at the bottom of the totem pole, just like writers were at the bottom of the totem pole when it was the Actors Guild. There was this, there was that. But without songwriters, nothing gets done. And for some people being like, oh, well, you might have gotten publishing. Publishing doesn't really pay anything anymore. You want points because points is how you get paid off of streams. If you just rely on the old traditional publishing, yeah, it's good so people can know like where to find you and like your business card, but you get paid off of the points and the streams, and that's what you really want, right? They didn't do anything with splits. They didn't do anything with paperwork. They didn't do anything. And then it comes full circle. And the songwriter Forrest is like, yo, can I just get paid? Everybody ignored him, clowned him, wouldn't. So he bought Tiffany Red and the 100%ers in. Fortunately, Tiffany has been able to get traction. But guess what? He still hasn't been paid. So I asked, I know Chloe might be nursing a broken heart, or maybe Tasha K don't know what she's talking about, and Chloe and Burna Boy are doing well. But I ask of you, you got a rich friend? You got a rich admirer. Chloe, you make money. You're like, why have you not paid this man the money that he is owed? Just ask Burner Boy for it. I'm sure he got it. Anyway, listen, we're going to keep an eye on this. I hope to God that Chloe actually pays because she is too good for this. But more importantly, this just goes to show that the record industry, no matter what happens, they just exploit on every single level. Who Diddy is, and I'm not even talking about the freak offs. I'm talking about the way he was able to steal, the way he was able to exploit from his artists. I just realized who Diddy is and what he did to his artists. That wasn't new. It wasn't diversion. It is part of the system. It is baked into the cake. Let's hope that Chloe Bailey and her team actually step up and make this right. Because, like, come on now. Come on. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.